Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So here today we are going to be looking at viruses. So what is a virus? So a virus basically has got what we call a protein coat and also nucleic acids, which can either be DNA or RNA, never both at the same time. So that is basically what a virus is. So a virus by definition is an infectious agent that contains a protein coat called capsid. So basically all viruses will contain a protein coat and what we are going to call a protein coat called capsid and nucleic acid. Nucleic acid can either be the RNA or DNA, never both. So that is basically what a virus is. So if you look at here, sometimes they will not have an envelope, but the prominent features are that a virus will always have nucleic acid and a protein coat. This protein coat is called a capsid. Let's look at another diagram. So this one, we have the nucleic acid, which is its genetic material. We have a protein coat. So basically, this is the capsid. Then we have the membrane here. So this capsid, then we have the DNA. It can either be DNA or it can be RNA like that. So that is basically what we refer to as a virus. So other information about a virus shall be discussed. Let's look at another diagram. A virus that can be naked, meaning to say it only has a capsid, which is our protein coat, and nucleic acid. Others are enveloped in a membrane, which will contain, we are going to have a capsid, which is this one. So this is our capsid. Then we have RNA or DNA, which is this structure. Then we are going to have an envelope like that. Then these are spikes. So these spikes are useful for attaching to host cells. Attaching to host cells. Then the DNA can be used in producing new ones when it invades an host cell. So a virus will not be able to replicate on its own. So we are going to look at some characteristics of viruses. So as you can see here, we have the spike. It will attach at this point like that. So that is why we say that is the function of the spike. Its main function is for attachment to host cells. So other characteristics of viruses is that they are innate, meaning to say innate means they can only survive when inside a host cell. So by definition, remember, the virus is not a living thing. That's why we are saying it is an infectious agent. So it is not a living thing. We have said that they are innate, meaning they can only survive inside host cells. So if we look at our diagrams, we might have something like this. So the virus will be able to enter. So we might have the host cell, which is this one is our host cell. The viruses will only be able to survive inside a host cell to begin their replication. So one of the things that we can see are this. So when viruses attach, they enter their viral genome like that, they penetrate. They are now able to survive inside host cells. So as you can see, they weren't doing this outside. So that is what we refer to as viruses are innate. The other property that we can look at is that viruses are referred to as obligate intracellular parasites. What does this mean? So they are obligate intracellular parasites which simply means that they depend on the host cell for reproduction. Obligate intracellular parasites, they depend on the host cell for reproduction. Even as you can see, when they enter, that is when they are able to reproduce. They are able to reproduce and all that. So we are going to look at the cycle later in another video. Here we are just introducing. So the other important thing about viruses is that they are host specific. So they are host specific, meaning to say they have specific hosts which they attach to. So as you can see here, this virus has got a spike like this, which can be able to attach at this point. So we can have something like this. So that means to say a virus that looks like this cannot be able to attach to this cell. It can attach to another cell that maybe that looks like this, something like this. This is the one that can bind to that receptor. So this is what we refer to as they are host specific and tissue specific. They affect specific tissues. Like for example, if you look at HIV binds to receptors. So this is a receptor where they bind. Receptors called the CD4, which we will discuss later in other videos. So basically the function of the things that we have talked about is the protein coat. The function of the protein coat is we have said that it protects the nucleic acids, which can either be DNA or RNA. Nucleic acids, so that's the function of this protein capsid. It also carries viral attachment proteins. So these are the viral attachment proteins, which are the capsid. So it is more like carried by the capsid like that. So it carries viral attachment protein. So they protect nucleic acid, carry viral attachment proteins. They also carry enzymes that are responsible for viral replication. So remember what we said about viruses. Viruses basically they do not grow. They are not living things. So they do not grow. They do not repair. They do not feed or metabolize. Like that. So that is it about the introduction to viruses. See you in the next tutorial.